Welcome to Whipped Cream and Whimsy. What can I do for you today? I thought I saw a familiar face. Well, then welcome back. Were you looking for another pastry? Okay. Well, you're in luck. Today we have some new selections. I just started baking them last week. So you'll get to try out some new confectionery delights. So I hope that you've brought your sweet tooth with you. Great. Alright, this first one here. That's right, we'll get right to it because I know that you're here for the delectable treats that I have. So this one here is our chocolate pastry, and it's made with Tanzanian chocolate and Venezuelan tonka beans. Well, this bottom layer here is actually made of entirely dark chocolate, and then on top here is a sort of a chocolate mousse texture, and with the vanilla beans kind of swirled in, and then on the top here is a roasted walnut. And then this next one we have here is a ruby red raspberry and pistachio cream tart. And this has just a hint of cinnamon in it, and as you can tell in the middle, it's a rich sort of custard, and that is vanilla with pistachios. And then on the outside here is where you'll find the raspberries themselves, and they've been candied, so they are extra sweet. And we only pick the finest raspberries, of course, that are completely in season. You'll find this one has a very smooth texture, and then the tart itself is made out of shortbread, so it's light and flaky and buttery. It's one of my favorites, especially this time of year. And this is our chocolate caramel cookie. I say it's a cookie, but it's so much more than that. The actual base itself is a shortbread cookie, but on top are layers, 5 layers to be exact, of alternating dark chocolate and rich caramel. And the caramel has a bit of a sea salt taste to it, which balances out the sweetness perfectly. And on the top there, you'll see there's just a dollop of whipped cream. Well, it's ideally made for 2 people, since it is so large, but I always manage to have one on my own. Yeah. And this is one of our newest ones here, the next one I'm about to show you. This one is our white chocolate mousse apricot tart, and it contains rich white chocolate mousse and candied apricots, and then on the bottom here is a pistachio biscuit. And as you can see, it's kind of in a circular shape, and in the very center of that circle is a strawberry. It's kind of hidden there amongst the mousse. And the strawberry is, of course, only the ripest strawberry. We find only the finest ingredients. And the strawberry itself in the middle there has a little drizzling chocolate. Dark chocolate, of course. This one here is definitely our most delectable and most gooey concoction. It's essentially made of caramel, nougat, and meringue. And the thin, flaky crusts that you see here are almost like a very fine peanut brittle. And in between each layer of that thin flakiness is the nougat and the meringue. And then on the top there you'll see it's delicately drizzled with caramel. And then on top we've sprinkled a few chocolate chips on there just for good measure. Not that it needs it. And then we'll move on to this last one here. This is our silken strawberry macaron. And it's of course the traditional flaky cookie. And then in the middle we have white chocolate and strawberry. That's blended into a cream. And it is simply divine. And of course we use fresh strawberries, and on the top there you'll notice that we have some shaved white chocolate added there as well. But I do have one last thing I'd actually like to show you. This isn't one that I typically show all of my customers, but as I recall last time you were quite a fan of our cream puffs, right? Well, as you know, this bakery isn't an ordinary bakery. We do have quite a few selections that are more magical in nature. So this one I'd like to show you, this final pastry, is actually a very delicate croissant. But this croissant isn't your average run-of-the-mill croissant. It's actually filled with dark, rich chocolate. And just a little bit of whipped cream piped in there as well. And then on the top, we've drizzled it with a few toasted hazelnuts. We've sprinkled them on the top there. And then, just to give it that extra touch, we've drizzled some white chocolate on there as well. Now, does this sound like something that you might be interested in? Okay. Now, this particular selection, it is enchanted, so it will allow you to have a brief escape, as the other one did the last time you were here. So, would you like to go ahead and have a seat? And I'll get the croissant ready for you, and I'll also pour you a nice cup of tea to go along with it. Or would you prefer coffee? Well, I have some lovely caramel tea if you'd prefer that. Okay. I'll pour you a nice cup, and I'll bring the pastry right over to you, and then we can get started. Wonderful. All right, here you are. Now I'll just sit down right here with you, and whenever you're ready, remember, it just takes one bite, and as soon as you take that first delectable bite, you'll be able to unlock the magic that I've baked into the croissant, and to be able to travel to another place entirely. Are you ready? All right then. So now what I'd like for you to do is make yourself completely comfortable. And now, I want you to reach down and bring the croissant to your mouth and take a large bite. I want you to enjoy the way the breading just flakes off, revealing the dark, rich chocolate center. And the thick layer of whipped cream that's hiding inside. I want you to let yourself indulge in this small but sweet morsel. And as you do, I want you to close your eyes. And take a deep breath. And then let it out slowly. Let the flavors dance in your mouth. Let your taste buds enjoy every bit of this scrumptious dessert. And then I want you to let go of all of the worry. I want you to be completely present in this very moment. Forget about anything else that's happening in your life. And just focus on what's happening right now. Let all of your senses indulge and feel your mind slowly drift away. And as all of the stress slowly ebbs away from you, you realize that you are sitting by the water's edge. There are stones cradling your legs as you watch the sea There is no one else there with you. You have the rocky beach all to yourself. There is a bit of a chill in the air, but you don't mind because you have a knitted sweater wrapped tightly around you, keeping you warm. And the sun, which is gradually falling, is still providing you with enough heat The Mediterranean has never looked so beautiful as it does now, basking in the waning sunlight. It sparkles. As though diamonds are hidden just beneath the surface. And far off in the distance, you can see dolphins coming out of the water just a bit. Just enough so that you can see their gleaming backs as the light hits them. The sounds of the water lapping against the rocks gently fills the air. And the waves bring with them the smell of salt that's lingering in the water. And you have never felt such a deep peace. You've never been so relaxed as you are right now. It's as though you're lost in a dream, one in which you know you are safe. A dream in which there is nothing but hope and happiness. You sit there for a little while longer, enjoying everything that the sea is giving you, collecting every image, taking in every smell, every sound. And when you're ready, I'd like for you to return to me. I'd like you to take a deep breath in and then out, and open your eyes. How do you feel? Wonderful. Yes, these croissants are quite marvelous, aren't they? I'll give you a few to take home with you so that you can indulge later on. And how do you like the caramel tea? It's delicious, isn't it? Alright, I'll go ahead and package these up for you. You can just relax here and enjoy your tea, and whenever you're ready, just come up to the front counter and get your croissants, alright?